the world is like a book, right? If you don't travel, you read one chapter. If you travel, you read a lot of chapters. I rather sleep on my bed and pee on it than be with the wrong person. I'm sorry. I'm really not doing I'm not doing that.
Mastermind Podcast. In real life, I'm not happy 247.
But if you know me and I don't know you, to you, I am a celebrity.
There is always a reason to love. People that say they love unconditionally for no reason, it's a big lie.
Mastermind Podcast.
A show where we give you nothing but nuggets. Hello guys, and welcome to your show, the Mastermind Podcast. And for those who are joining us for the first time, thank you for being part of our show. And for those who are our regular viewers, welcome back and thank you also. And I'm your host, Adoration Bizure. And we are joined by my good friend from Ghana. His name is Akwasi.
Yeah.
Akwasi, and sometimes I find it very hard to pronounce your surname.
I mean, yeah, it is. It's the heavy one.
It's the heavy one, yeah. So today Akwasi is our guest for the show, and we are going to be talking about a very, very interesting topic. And we are going to be talking about the pros and the cons of dating a foreigner. And Akwasi is a good, the ideal candidate for to be talking about this. And Akwasi, you can introduce yourself to the.
Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I'm appreciative of your invite today, and hello to all the viewers out there. And if you're joining us today, thank you very much for joining us. My name is Akwasi. I'm from Ghana. I've been in the UAE for a little bit over 6 years now. And yeah, Adoration is an amazing friend of mine. We go a few ways back and all that.
Thank you very much for that. And so let's get straight into the topic.
Sure.
Into our issue. Can you describe for me what is your understanding of a foreigner? Is it based on the geographical location of someone? If you say I'm foreign to you, right?
Yeah.
What is it based on for you, for your own definition? How do you define a foreigner?
Okay, thanks for your question. So basically, we all know defining a foreigner. It's mostly come down to geographical position.
Yes.
Right, but I also do believe any person who is very different from you in any way becomes a foreigner to you. Because the moment we're taking it into in the relationship umbrella, under the relationship umbrella, because any person different from you who comes to you becomes somebody foreign. You get my point? Because you guys have different backgrounds growing up, different parenting, different cultures, different beliefs and all that. So it makes that person foreign to you.
Okay.
Not only based on geography.
Okay, but maybe you might want to share with me and the viewers like a brief account of if you had an experience of dating a foreigner and how was it for you?
I mean, not even only dating a foreigner as such, but even just having foreigners as very good friends.
Yes.
Let's say best friends.
Yeah, true.
Sometimes it can be a bit challenging in a lot of ways. Yes, being expats over here, we do have friends from various parts of the world, whereby sometimes you need to accommodate and tolerate certain behaviors, certain cultures, certain traits from them, and also vice versa. They also need to tolerate some things from you also. So yeah, there are a lot of encounters on that.
Okay, so from what you're saying tolerance is the basis.
Yeah, it's when it comes to the basic. When it comes to the basics, it's just number one, tolerance. tolerance when it comes to the basic. But should you dive more deep inside, there are a lot of factors you should consider.
Okay, you can share with some.
Could you repeat your question again? So
Yeah,
that
I mean,
can-
like things that you need to consider, as you are saying, when you are in a form of relationship with someone who is foreign to you.
Sure.
Yeah.
So, number one, I would say consider yourself.
Okay, tell me.
You
tell
gotta
me.
consider yourself because
Okay.
this is my opinion, and just to let you know, opinions are they are just opinions. They are not valid facts.
Yeah, true.
You get my
That's
point.
true.
They are just opinions, not valid facts. In my opinion, I think points to consider when even being in any sense of relationship, whether being a friendship, whether dating with anybody. Number one, yourself. You know, because if you take good care of yourself, in a way, you become better help, or you become better person to the people around you. But if you don't take good care of yourself, and all the time you want to pour from an empty cup, it's pointless. It's going to be useless. You're just going to be devastated. You're just going to end up breaking yourself to the core. So I would say first point is yourself. Consider yourself. What are the things you can deal with? Know your limits, things you cannot deal with. What are the things you can compromise? Things you cannot compromise. You should know your deal breakers. You know, you should know things that you're not willing to let them go down. As much as some cultural traits from people might set you off, probably yours is setting them off far more than how much theirs is setting you off. So are you willing to go that far with that? So yeah, I would say in the sense of considering yourself, you should take notice of all these.
Okay, that's really interesting, and but I want to take our discussion from to your own experiences that you have had before, if you had any.
Yeah.
What is it that you say these were things that really made the relationship, or whatever, it might be friendship, it might be a love relationship, or whatever, that made you guys stronger, even though you had maybe cultural differences or whatever differences that someone can have with someone who is foreign to them? What is it that made that union that you had to be strong?
I would say first thing would be communication. Communication played a very major role. Not even communicating by mouth or by words only, through actions, through deeds. Me in particular, I'm a person who I really I'm appreciative of a person who is very thoughtful. You get my point? It's a form of communication. Like maybe, let's say, you have a friend, right? Let's say you work with somebody, and for some reasons, this person just be thoughtful enough. Oh, let me pick my loved one's uniform for them. Let me iron it for them. Let me keep it for them, so that when they wake up, their day becomes much more easy for them. It's something very thoughtful. You know, I see it also to be like a form of communication whereby you don't even need to use mouth. It's a communication to you for you to see how much interested the person is in the relationship that you guys are having. So I would say number one is communication, verbal communications also, because if you guys are able to communicate, there is nothing left unsaid. Because sometimes, because of language barrier, there are a lot of things people just let it go. They let it slide. They don't say it.
Yeah, true.
But that's not how it's supposed to be. You need to communicate them out. You need to say it. You need to let it out. Not let it out in the essence that shouting or screaming. You know, tonation really matters. You know, as much as we are from various backgrounds, I believe we all possess, pardon my French, what we all call common sense. So you need to communicate in a way that the person will be much more receptive to whatever you are saying. Because some people are raised in a certain culture which whereby communication is quite different. You know, by communication they start to shout. just to communicate, they start to shout.
True.
But probably you are not raised in a culture whereby you shout when you're communicating.
Yeah.
Before somebody can get you to do something, they need to use calm words and all that, right?
Yeah.
And now you are facing this person. So both of you need to find ways to amend, just to mitigate or no, not even mitigate, to just level the grounds for the field for the play field of the relationship.
Yeah, that's really true. That's really true, because for me, I can give you it reminds me of what I've been through with a friend of mine that I once had. He's from West Africa. So, people from West Africa, they're a bit different from us, the way they communicate. This friend of mine is very assertive. Huh?
Yeah.
He's very, very assertive. And sometimes when he used to talk to me, I would feel like he's shouting at me. I would feel like he's really shouting at me, until I got to understand that, this is just how he is like. So when you mention about communication, I think it's really a valid point that that is very, very important. And also the other thing now that I might also want to ask you is, in life in general, there are tags that people get, like people, like right now I'm just telling you, my friend from West Africa did this, did that. There are tags that people have of saying Africans are like this, or Europeans are like this, or Southern African people are like this, Northern African people are like that. Is it something that is evident even in relations as people relate, or it's just a tag that people just put on people?
So stereotypes.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say when it comes to, that's where the cultural comes in. You get my point? However, it varies from person to person because parenting is different.
Okay.
For each and every person. You get my point? And also exposure. Most of our brothers and sisters, by grace, they've traveled. A friend of mine once said, a very good dear friend of mine, Patrick, he said, the world is like a book, right? If you don't travel, you read one chapter. If you travel, you read a lot of chapters.
Oh, that's profound. I like it.
You see? So the moment you get exposure, you get to learn, you get to pick. So it's really shape the person. It's really add more value to the person on top of what they've been taught back home, or on top of what society has, let's say, imposed on them, or the community has imposed on them whilst they were growing up, or what they've been taught in schools. Yes, it's a fact. It's evident. Sometimes there are some traits you see, yes, right? But due to education, and also due to nowadays technology being everywhere, people are really educating themselves. People are not being ignorant anymore. So initially, I would say that back in Ghana, it's common to see a mother shouting at the kid, chasing the kid with a cane. If you don't go and shower, I'ma cane you.
Yeah, true.
But if you ask me right now, will I take a cane and chase my kid like in the community? Oh, hell no, I will not do that. I will not embarrass myself that way. You get my point? Why? Because I've gained exposure. I've seen how discipline can be imposed differently, effective ways of discipline. So yeah, I mean, without exposure, yes, where we come from really stereotypes us because of what we've been through, and the struggles we've been through, and the living conditions, and a whole lot. Yeah, they do stereotypes us.
Okay, and now the issue of external influence. How is it a big challenge when it comes to relations between people who are foreign?
External influence from?
From, okay, let's say I'm dating someone who is foreign, right?
Yeah.
She might have people who might have a different...
Is it family?
Yeah, maybe family or friends,
Okay.
other friends.
Okay.
How is it really a challenge?
Oh, it is a challenge. I mean, it is a challenge. Like, you've known your family your whole life, right? And probably some friends, you've known them your whole life. And now you just met, like, let's say, this lady, right? And they are telling you, uncle, no, she's from a different country, so please, no. No, she's from a different religion, so no. She's this, so no. She's even some will even tell you no, she's too educated more than you because I mean they'll tell you no, she's too rich, no, she's too poor, no, she's too. I mean it's all that, but my main question would be, what do you want? What do you yourself you want? Because at the end of the day, as much as in our scenarios, marriage is not two people, it's two families. Your family will not stay with your wife. You will be staying with your wife. You get my point? So you need to ask yourself, what do you want? How does this person makes you feel? Again, what kind of person are you with this person by your side? Are you a better version of yourself? Are you being improved? Are you an improved version of what you are? Does the person add value to your life in any sense? If the answer is yes, and people are talking about it, for me, as I always say, one thing that I don't joke about is parental blessings. I really don't joke about it. Like doing something, let's say marriage, for instance, and mama says no, papa says no. Okay, sit them down. I talk to them. This is what I see, and this is how I feel like my life is going, and this is what I want, and I would really like your support and all that. I will give them the benefit of the doubt. If still the answer is no, that means we are at a dispute. That's why I bring the Bible inside. I'm going to go according to my faith. You get my point? Because the Bible says, should you have a dispute with somebody, call a witness. Go settle it with them. You get my point? So I'm going to follow that procedure, because get people to talk to them. Because parental blessings is, if you get parental blessings for such things, it's very good. You know, you don't venture into them looking over your shoulders. No, you venture into it going full force, horsepower, knowing you have the full support of your family and the full support of God and the church. You know, but there are some instances whereby reasons are not valid. Reasons are, you know, not up to par. I will personally take it up with my God, and I would go ahead with my decision.
Without the parental blessing?
Yes, I would. But as much as it means a lot to me, my parents will not stay with my wife. At the end of the day, I'm the one staying with the lady, right? So I would take it up with them. I will follow whatever my faith teaches me to do. But at the end of the day, I always make this joke. I rather sleep on my bed and pee on it than be with the wrong person. You know, I'm sorry. I'm really not doing I'm not doing that. You know? But it all comes down to you. The work you are doing, let's take into account jobs. You are working. Are you working for somebody? No. You are working for you. Why are you suffering in life? Because you want to get a better life for yourself, then for posterity. You see? So how do you feel about something? The best thing they can do to help you, support you, bless you, be there for you, whenever anything happens. However, sometimes parents also can have, very valid reasons why you shouldn't go into such unions, because there are some certain families, they don't go there. You don't go there. You get my point? You need to listen to them, pray about it. But at the end of the day, it is your decision to make.
It is your decision to make.
Yeah.
Guys, you are hearing it from Akwasi. He's saying it is your decision to make. And as we move forward, now we want to talk about, because this, our interview was mainly on love relationships.
Yeah.
Right? So let's say I'm dating someone from Ghana. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to find we need to find you, and we need to settle you.
Yeah, so let's say I'm dating my lady from Ghana, right?
Yeah.
And the relationship is going well and stuff. There are certain cultural things, especially the issue of the children,
Oh, yeah.
how they are supposed to be raised. It's something that is really, really, really sensitive, and it's something that I think it is causing a lot of challenges.
It is.
Yeah, with people that are in relationships and who are married whilst they are foreigners.
It is.
So what do you think can be done? How can we have best of both worlds in raising the kids?
I think
Yeah.
I think kids with parents from different nationalities, they have great opportunities. That's number one. Opportunities. They have great opportunities.
In what sense?
Because they have options. You get my point? Let's say somebody from one country, like a couple from a single country, no matter what, options is single. You get my point? But let's put that one aside. Let's come back. Let's move backwards a little bit. Now, let's say, as you said, you were dating a Ghanaian lady, and now, you want to settle down. Talking about kids. Before you talk about kids, then that means marriage is done, right? Before the marriage comes in, these things should be topics you've settled.
They should be.
They should be black and white on the table, to the extent that when the kids come, or when the children, when they come, there is no confusion in how to raise them. Because at the end of the day, if you don't talk about these, they become victims of circumstances, and it leads to broken homes. And after broken homes, what happened? Children are not being raised properly. They are forced to mature quickly. So these are topics which should be discussed in the dating stages, courtship stages. Like let's say, I have this thing about myself. Like if I meet a lady and I'm looking for 5 qualities, or I'm looking, like, let's say, things I'm looking for 5 of them, 5, right? Let's say I get 1, 2, 3, 4. The last one, it's not there. She's not possessing it. Okay, we talk about it. Can we work on this? She says no. Will it affect me in the long run? Or will it affect my children in the long run, or my family in any other way? Yes, I stay away from it. Back away from it. Because sometimes we follow things that, it is just one tiny little thing, or it is just a small thing. It is just the religion the kids will choose. No, it is just where we will stay. And before you realize, it becomes a major issue, and family starts to get involved. Because for us, you don't just marry the lady, you marry the family. Right?
True.
You, the gentleman, you don't just go and marry, you bring your family to marry.
Yeah, true.
So it becomes a major issue, and before you realize, you are separating. And who is going to suffer? Not you, not the lady, the kids.
The kids, that's true.
So these should be topics which should be discussed before Yeah.
I'm sure from what he's saying, it's really making sense, and I'm also getting to, to love the conversation as we are getting along. So, Akwasi, you mentioned something when we started the podcast. You mentioned something about someone who, yes, you agree that someone who is foreign is because of the geographical locations that we are coming from.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned that someone can be foreign to you,
Yeah.
even though maybe you are in the same geographical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, can you go deeper on that?
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
You see, along the conversation, I said, we are brought up differently. We have different parents. They also have different parents, right? So for us, your upbringing is different. It varies from person to person. It doesn't even matter if you're from the same country. It varies from person to person. You have a point. And when you grow up, you learn things, you pick one or two things yourself. Unfortunately, people are forced to mature early. They are forced to mature quickly. They are forced to become men and women quickly. You get my point? And because of that, they pick up few things along the road. They pick up probably good habits that they don't want to let go of. They pick up positive things that gave them positive impacts, or things that laid positive impacts on their lives. So let's say now I'm ready to marry, right? I'm ready to settle down, and I'm looking for somebody. And God being so good, the person I found probably is Ghanaian, right? And now I want to settle down with this person. I have my life before this person, right? I have my routine before this person. And me personally, I want to take care of me first, to be in a position whereby I can take care of you properly. Because as human beings, we are like lamps. We are like light. If you don't connect yourself to an electricity source for yourself to light up and bright for people around you to see their way, you are, excuse me to use this word, you are useless. Because if, let's say, whatever energy you get, you are giving it out. Whatever energy you get, you are giving it out. It's nothing. Be in the best position to help people by helping yourself first. After that, you can help people tenfold. You can empower people properly to be the best version of themselves. So I have my routine, which some of them are, non-negotiables. You get my point? Some of them are non-negotiables. Number one is my God. I don't joke with my God. So a woman that I'm going to be with should love God. Number two is work. I don't joke with work. Even the Bible says...
So you say should love God, so you mean should be in the same religion that you are?
In the same religion, amazing. You know, outside the religion, it's a different topic that needs a different time.
Yeah.
You know, so this woman should love God. That's number one. Number two, I love my work. So this woman should be career ambitious. You get my point? Have something of your own. I have something of my own. It's not like we are coming to do 50-50 here. No, but you need to do something. You need to have something of your own. The world is evolving all the time. And this scenario whereby a woman's place is the kitchen is outmoded. Fine, it's beautiful for a woman to cook for the husband. But it's also very romantic if once in a while the husband cooks for a woman, but not like every day. You know what point?
Yeah.
Once in a while the husband can surprise the woman. Cook for the woman. It's beautiful. So, have something of your own. That's number two. Number three, it's my health. I don't joke with my health. I go to the gym all the time. I try my best to stay active with the gym all the time. So, I don't want my woman to be like a freak like I am. No. Once in a while visit. somebody who is very health conscious, taking care of themselves, you know, and all that. Number 4, you know, I'm very interactive. I'm very sociable. Somebody who is not threatened when they see me with people, talking with people, laughing with people, you know, making jokes with people. Somebody who understands how it goes.
How does it make you feel if your woman does not have some of the things that you're mentioning right
You know, out of these 4 right now, only 1 is negotiable.
Which one?
3 are not negotiable. The last one. 3 are not negotiable. You know, 3 are not negotiable. I'm sorry. These are things that made me who I am today, that you saw me and you'd be like, oh God, I really like this guy. Right? And I don't want you to be like, I like this guy, we settle down, and I stop doing all these things and be like, God, I'm done with this. I don't even like this guy anymore because how I met him is not how he's going on like. You get my point? So out of these 3, only 1 is negotiable. And even that 1 is negotiable, you know, there are clauses.
So your love is conditioned, right? It's not unconditional love.
You know,
Yeah.
listen, last time I was watching this, I was watching a TikTok, and it was also a podcast, and I've forgotten the name of it. I followed the lady on Instagram, and one lady asked her a question about ladies getting top tier guys. Maintaining top tier guys and all that. And the lady's reply to her was the best. You know, in this world that we are, or like let's say in our world, expat world, all the time you need to be investing in yourself. Keep investing in yourself if you want to be on top of the market. You know, career-wise, keep investing in yourself. If you want to be a better person, keep investing in yourself. You know, and this person who is investing in himself has picked up 1 or 2 things. They've honed themselves through the years. So you come in, you should match the energy. If you're not matching the energy, just realize this person can drop you in a heartbeat without, you know, 0 explanations. Yeah, I mean, if I drop somebody, I don't need to give you an explanation. No is also an answer. When you pray to God, the answer is either yes or no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
It's either yes or no. Even, I mean, when we were back in school, they give you the exams questions, right? 1 plus 1 is 3. Yes. A, yes. B, no. B is what? No. You get my point?
Yeah, true.
No too is an answer. As much as no is an answer, it's also a sentence with a full stop. Sometimes when you tell people no, you don't need to give them explanation. Leave it as they are. You don't owe anybody explanation.
It's done.
It's done. However they take their no, it's up to them. However I take your no, it's up to me. If you tell me no, you had your reasons for telling me no. I need to find the emotional intelligence to understand. Not ask you, why are you telling me no? Give you excuses, and all that. No, none of that.
Okay.
You get my point?
Yeah.
So, yeah, back to where we were.
No, it's good to digress. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, so coming back to talk about it, only 1 is negotiable. Only 1 is negotiable. And, you know, we all...
Which one? The one for...
That's the last one.
Okay.
That's the last one. Somebody, you know, who is very interactive. If you're not interactive, fine, I understand. If you're not adventurous, fine, I understand. Maybe we can do something you love. I can meet you in that manner. I will go out of my way to meet you in that manner. But I cannot sacrifice my God. I'm sorry. Without God, I wouldn't be where I am today. Without God, I even don't know where I would be. Without my work, how do I become stable in life? How do I support the people I love? I cannot. How do I support myself? Without my gym, how do I keep mental? You know, how do I meditate? How do I keep myself healthy? How do I stay fit all the time? So these three are, you know, non-negotiables, deal breakers. But the last one, I can understand. It's not like me imposing my factors or somebody imposing their factors on the person. But you bring your factors, the other person bring their factors. You know, marriage in my dialect, it's called a Chi dialect. It says aware,
Okay.
which,
It's
you know,
what? Aware.
yeah, aware, which also translates, they say the reason why it's called aware is because it's a long journey.
Okay. All right.
If you want to say long journey or something is long, you say a worry.
Okay.
You get my point? So the reason why they say it's called a worry, it means it's a long journey. I wouldn't want to be on this journey and halfway through the journey, probably with kids, break up, and now they become product of broken homes. Because I'm a product of a broken home, and I really, really know how it really affects the kids. It affects kids more than the parents who are, you know,
Because
yeah, because the kids tend to live the mistakes of the parents, and it's very horrible. So if you see somebody trying to take their time, pray about relationships, pray about people, trying to take their time to choose right, only God knows what is right. But as human as we are, God has given us the will. God has given us, excuse me to use this word, common sense. There are some things you should cater for before you venture into those things.
But how can you read like the signal? Like, the word that the trending word these days is the red flags.
Oh God.
Of,
Listen.
especially when someone is not from your, it's foreign to you, because sometimes there are certain things that you mentioned about tolerance, right? You can just tolerate and say, maybe because the culture is different, they do things differently.
Yeah.
So maybe he's not shouting, like the example that I gave. You know, he's not shouting, he's just communicating. How do you now draw the balance of knowing this is a red flag?
You know,
Also taking into considerations these differences that we're talking about.
it's true. It's true. The question is it's a good question. There was one lady who asked on TikTok in one of the seminars, I think Ugandan lady, she's like, she took the microphone, how much disrespect should I take before I leave a guy? And the guy answered him, how much poison do you take before you die? You see, you know, we human beings, as I said, we've picked things along the road, along the way, that you know where you are going, you know what you want, and as a human being, you should know what you want in life. You should know what you want in life. You should know your goals. You should know you should set your priorities right. You get my point? If anything comes below your standard that you know this is going to derail me, it should be alarming enough for you to let it slide. You know, there is a saying in my language that character is like pregnancy. No matter what, you can never hide it. It will come out. It will come out. But sometimes
Sometimes it comes out late now. That's the problem.
because we rush. It doesn't come late. It's either we see them and ignore them, or we rush into things. I understand some people are very good CIDs. You know, they can hide things. God, they can really hide.
Yeah, true. That's true.
But you know, no matter what, a person's character will come out. You know, this is, you know, a life-altering or life-changing moment. Getting into a relationship with somebody that you're going to be waking up with. or giving birth, making kids with. It's forever. It's what? It's forever. So rushing into it, it's not ideal. Follow the stages. Go through it. Don't cut corners. That's what nowadays the ladies want. They just want to cut everything short, get married. Like marriage is the ultimate goal. That's a lie. Marriage is not the ultimate goal here. Marriage is not the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is you'll be like 80 years and you'll be in your house. You'll be seated on your porch. Then you hear beep, 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 the car honking. Then you tell your grandkids, hey, go open the door. Your father is here. Then they come. They start to remove all the groceries and all that.
That's the ultimate goal.
That what is beautiful than this?
Yeah. That's a fulfilled life. Like, even if you are to die, you die at peace.
Like this, when you're dying,
that
you die with your 32 teeth out. Like,
Yeah.
like that. You die smiling.
Yeah, true.
You know? But nowadays we rush into it. We just rush into it. Sometimes, people do things. You know that this is not red flag. This is a red carpet. But you're like, no, we'll just go for it. Then before you realize it's all crumbling down like the walls of Jericho.
Okay. I like that. So guys, today Akwasi, we are talking about relationships that we sometimes find ourselves in, where we sometimes date foreign people that are foreign to us, and he's giving a detailed account on what he thinks, and I'm really enjoying the conversation. So to round up our discussion, what is it that the message that you want to leave to the viewers? To someone who is saying, is considering to date someone who is foreign, or someone who is already dating someone who is foreign?
I would say go through the process. Let the process mature you for your destination. Don't cut corners. And communication is the best key. Communicate in words, communicate through actions, communicate through a lot of things. Communicate through deeds, communicate through thoughtfulness, be thoughtful about your partners. It's a process. If you want it to work, you need to invest. Whether be it time, whether be it whatever resource it is. You need to invest in it to make it work. And when you see the red flag, address it. It's good to give people the benefit of the doubt, but this is not only your life. It's the life of your future kids.
True.
It's the life of your family too. So minor details, don't let them slide. Address it now. Address it now. Address it now. And manner in which you address things is important. The words, just 20%. Tonation and delivery, 80%. How you put it across makes a huge difference. So it's beautiful to have all these kids out there with dual nationalities and all of that. But to make it happen, you need to put in the work. You need to put in the work.
I like the way you were emphasizing on addressing issues. Like you were repeating and repeating.
Yeah.
So and I totally agree with you. And Akwasi, I really want to thank you. I know you are a busy person, you have a tight schedule, and you took your time to be with us here today on our show. And inshallah, we will have you on our next episode as well.
Oh, it was a pleasure.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure. Thank
Yeah.
you for having me.
Thank you so much. Take care and keep safe, and goodbye.